Hello.
Hello, beautiful American people. It is I, Svetlana Vladiam Lukanov. I didn't even say my name right.
Vladimirovna Lukanovovich.
My name is Svetlana Vladimirovna Lukanovovich.
And this is I, Natasha Vladimirovna Lukanovovich. And today, me and my sister, we want to talk about dating.
It's very important that when you first start to date, that you are as picky as possible. And there are three major reasons that support that theory. When you are first picky as possible when you see them, you know already that you will have physical attraction to them, which is very honest. We are all attracted by looks, but we're turned on by personalities.
What would you do if he has bad looks but good personality?
Does he have money, sister?
Yes.
Well then, I help him match his looks and his personality.
But sometimes you just can't help. Sometimes they are so ugly that you can't do anything about it.
That sounds terrible. I haven't experienced that.
I've seen those types. Really bad. But okay.
I think in that situation, Svetlana would just have to be in it, to experience it. Because remember, I have yet to even really be in serious relationship, as to where you have been in many
Oh, shut up. I wouldn't call them relationship. I would call them, I don't know what it was. But yeah, I've been around for a little while, and I've dated a lot of different men. In the beginning, I thought that, it was all about the personality, how good of a person you are. And then I realized that if the guy was not rich, then his personality wasn't good enough, because people who are poor, they are always lazy. Have you noticed that, sister?
I have.
And they have a really bad mindset. Rich people are always very hardworking and they have a very good mindset. They are always trying to improve themselves and, they always trying to be better.
Which brings us on to point number 2, is once you have looks and you're picky with looks and you say, yes, I like look. I want to learn more about you. That is when personality comes in. Personality will be the thing that will keep our attention. It's very hard to keep our attention. I see shiny ring and I look away. How will man be able to keep attention of Svetlana? Well, first, like I said, I must be attracted.
What is your type?
Well, it's kind of like nature, how the male bird has all the beautiful colors to attract mate. Very similar. I like all different types. I like all different colors. I love all beautiful men, as long as they're beautiful. Rich is a bonus. But like you said, sometimes it does not matter how rich they are. If they're ugly, they're still ugly.
Yes, but what if you meet somebody who is very good looking, but he's poor? What if he works at Starbucks? You read my mind, sister. I love how you read my mind all the time. Yeah.
Here we do shot of vodka.
Shot of vodka. We don't drink every day. We just drink every other day.
But when we do podcasts, we decide we need to drink.
Yes, because it's very hard to talk about everything. So honestly, very open. Yeah.
So that brings us on to part 3. Now, we've established he is handsome. He has personality. Then we come to third pointer of being picky financially. Do you want to take care of this individual? Do you want to have partnership? Or do you want to be taken care of by the individual? Svetlana personally would love to be taken care of someone, or to be taken care of financially by someone else, because Svetlana has lots and lots and lots of love to give. It's like magma chamber under earth. You have to crack through it and then it all comes out and burns you alive.
But how would you take care of your man? Because it seems like in the United States, it's all about equality.
Emotionally, I take care of man. I tell him, you do good job, baby. I love you very much. Go and you save that patient's life. Or if I've already established that I like looks and that I like personality, I find ways to encourage my husband to continue to grow and develop. And that already matches my husband because he is someone who is hardworking because he's rich, and he's intellectual because he has experience.
But my darling Svetlana, I've never met anybody who is all three.
Well, hopefully this little mission of ours coming to Los Angeles will prove us wrong.
Well, so far, it's been very tragic, I would say.
Yes, it has been very tragic, just like all the tourists who come here. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, Hollywood Boulevard. You see in the movies and you think it's very glamorous.
And clean.
And clean.
It's not.
And you come here and it smells like piss and so many homeless people and doing all kinds of drugs. And it's not clean. It's so
I don't mind the marijuana. That's not a drug. Marijuana comes from the planet. It is an herb. But
fine.
The smoking of other things in alleyways and in corners when police aren't looking is not okay with Svetlana.
No,
that's
not
dangerous.
at all. So yeah, I feel like our lives so far have been like this idea about Hollywood. It's very glamorous and beautiful and so many opportunities, but when you come out here, it's not really that glamorous.
And the opportunities are a little difficult to hold on to. I mean, I expected Svetlana to have husband weeks ago.
Me too.
Like actor who come off train, goes to one audition, becomes big movie star.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah,
right?
all of the time. Kim Kardashian put out one good movie, has career for the rest of her life.
Exactly. Well, maybe that's what we should do.
A movie like Kim Kardashian?
Yes. But then the question arises, why all the people with the, sex tape haven't become so famous and successful as Kardashian?
Not all of them are as beautiful and have silicone-infused body like Kim Kardashian.
So that's all there is? You just need beautiful silicone
assets?
And then you become famous?
We can try that way if...
Yeah, but we need money first. We need to find rich men.
We do fit tummy tea promotional on Instagram.
Oh, yes. Oh, ha ha ha. Very good.
So all 3 pointers are very valid in Svetlana's argument. First, we must be attracted. If you don't have attraction, after a while, the money, the balding head, you will not look at it the same way.
But what about what's her name? Ann Nicole Smith.
Oh, she was just kind-hearted person. She wanted to take care of someone old.
But he was very old.
You're very old, sister.
Well, I'm younger than you.
No, you're not.
No, yes. Well, that's out of the question. We're not talking about it right now.
Fine.
You know the truth.
I'm not Russian. That's my truth.
Oh, shut up.
I know.
You're Armenian.
Russian? Oh my God, how hot.
Okay, so you're saying that we have to be picky, right?
I believe so, sister. We have to be picky, but picky in the way that is essential for life to be absolutely the best it can be.
But this is really hard. I don't really understand the whole picky thing because I have seen, sugar babies and gold diggers with like very ugly men, and they are with them for years, so they are not picky. They just lie down on their backs, spread their legs, and think about what they're gonna eat for lunch.
But that's good enough for them. That doesn't mean it's conducive for Natasha and Svetlana and what we want out of life.
But does it really exist? All those three things in one person?
I can't give you answer. I have yet to experience it.
So you think that it's better to be picky and wait for the right one than just to take any rich man just because he's rich?
Well, there's big difference between Natasha and Svetlana. I have never had a sexual experience before. I've barely dated anyone because I intimidate a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So our dating standards and relationships are different. If I have yet to have sex, I'm not going to just give it to anyone because he's rich. He needs to be everything. The more I've gone along this journey and I have had to keep my snatch closed, I have discovered that it needs to go to someone that is completely everything that I want. Physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. Because Svetlana is very spiritual.
Natasha is very spiritual too.
Mm-hmm. I'm holding rose quartz crystal as we speak. I got it in Venice Beach when we went the other day.
Oh, I remember. Very yeah, they sold us so many crystals and oils
CDs.
And everything.
The
those
CDs. Ugh.
What is with all the CDs? I don't understand. Who listens to CDs?
Apparently, people in California do.
But, sister, I put that CD in the player and it don't play. It say it's empty. So, what is that?
Maybe you have to put it in DVD player. Maybe it's not CD, maybe it is DVD.
But he said to me it was a CD, it was his songs. And he's a well-known hip-hop artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's really hard. It's, yeah. I mean, it's very different from back in Russia. Back in Russia, you don't really have a choice or an option. You just marry somebody who's available and then have children.
And then go together and then get a little farm.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
But I feel like we are so much better than this, right?
Yes, I agree. And that is why Svetlana's standards are like in movie that we see. It has to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And Pamela Anderson took out breast implants 3 different times. She did? She did. She
Why
took
did
them
she
out
do that?
once. They were very big. And then she got divorced from ex-husband Tommy Lee. And then got boobs taken out and got smaller boobs. And then now she's in her 50s and she has her big boobs again. But she's beautiful. I love Pamela Anderson.
Yes.
And see, she's been married more than once, and she's beautiful, and she's talented, and she is a virtuous woman.
Yeah.
She has good morals, and Svetlana has good morals.
Well, that is your idol. My idol is Melania Trump.
Oh.
Because, she proves that you can come from Eastern Europe and become the first lady of the United States. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is American dream.
Bless
Melania.
Melania. To Melania.
I need pickle. You need pickle?
Please, pickle.
Okay, we are gonna have a pickle break, but we come back and then we talk some more about dating, about rich men, how to find rich men, where to find rich men, how to know how rich they are, because that is all very, very important. Because a lot of people in the US, they like to pretend rich. They say they're rich, but they're not rich.
They drive BMW or they drive Beamer or the same car, sorry. They drive Mercedes or they drive Ferrari and then they live in studio apartments.
Exactly. You can lease a car in the US for a very low price and then pretend that it's your car, but and then you live in a studio apartment.
That's not rich.
That is not rich. Yeah, you have to be really, really careful about you know, all these things. And we are gonna teach you how to like look at what kind of belt the man is wearing, what kind of shoes, how